Our brothers infer that the way of true development is a very long road for most people. Many have excellent opportunities to help themselves, but they fail because they refuse to study and apply what they learn. If one is persistent, the road is much shorter. There is no longer a middle path, only the right or left. The reason that many students and teachers get lost on the path is because they will start along one line and only see one thought and concept. The path can be missed, for too often the truth is veiled in illusion. Remember, the way, the path that lies before you is no short and simple one. It is more than a course of study. It is a way of life in which each individual applies the underlying cosmic laws to his own circumstance and problems according to his understanding. To gain knowledge and apply it not and share it not is to do wrong. Above all, you will need wisdom, the right use of knowledge. But where are we going to seek knowledge and wisdom? Neither is it in books, for books only hold a record of man's search for knowledge and wisdom. There is only one eternal and infinite wisdom and knowledge in which there is no variance or turning, and that is found by creating within our own consciousness, even for one instant, the consciousness of divine love. In the end, knowledge and divine love are the same thing. Fear not an end to the world, for there is no such thing as an end to anything. There is only change. However, in many instances we do not realize change. This is because our own ego and body is passing through a process of change that is concurrent with everything around it. Let us take a look at the world. For a moment it seems as if everything is quiet, yet in the undercurrent there is a preparation such as never gone on before, both by the forces of darkness and the forces of light. Throughout the Middle East, the powers controlled by the Antichrist are moving swiftly in preparation for the great assault by the followers of the Prince of Darkness upon the Prince of Light and his followers. In all of the countries of the East and of the West, the lines of battle have been clearly drawn so far as the forces of the spiritual assembly are concerned. But among the material forces it is not yet completely clear upon which side some countries or nations will align themselves, nor with what power. Let there be no mistake. This planet Earth will pass through a few more fateful years, and the hearts of man will be tried and tested as never before. If you remain alive, you will see the entire fabric of so-called civilization utterly changed, and a new temporal order arise, based on the oneness of mankind in cooperative freedom. The foundation stones have already been laid, and a tremendous task lies ahead. You have a task to do if you are moving in the Christ consciousness. It is not work. To be a part of the great task of bringing about the Christ kingdom on earth and the brotherhood of man is a pleasure. How true the words of our brothers when they stated there is much studying to be done and much work to do, yet greater before you is the work to be done. A new era in living lies ahead in which a state of all things we have held as material value will pass away. Every individual is now confronted with the necessity of becoming adjusted to living in a spiritual age under a coming new dispensation. It is that you should be prepared lest we be a people defenseless against the evil forces of the Antichrist, who works in many and strange ways, and employs attractive disguises polka-dotted with peace talk, logic, idealism, and bits of truth for bait. It is that you should place your spiritual house in order for whatever may come, as we are in a great crisis period. It is true that for a long time we have given our attention entirely to the gaining of material things, rather than spiritual things, and habits once formed are difficult to break. But you should start now, right where you are, and from that worthy place never turn back, no matter how stormy or difficult the way. You cannot afford to wait for the other fellow to do it for you, while you sit back on your laurels. For each individual has his own task to perform, a part to play that no one else can do for him. A foundation on the material plane is the first step in the great search for life, light, and love. No matter what comes, live as though you are going to live forever, for the body is the temple of the eternal living soul, designed in the first place in order for the infinite to manifest in the material. Endeavor to train the mind's eye to see beyond the physical world of concrete things, that unbelief may be overcome and the veil rent. Rise to the spiritual heights of the mountaintop where your view is unlimited by the atmosphere of the mortal in the valley below. Refrain from clinging to that which fetters and binds, and falter not in your sincerity as a seeker of truth. You should leave no stone unturned in this quest. Think not of truth as an abstract thing, since in reality it is something to be lived each day. There are teachers and masters on your planet, our brothers assured me, who would love to lead your people into truth, to guide them in the way through which they could come to know the laws which regulate the cosmos, and learn to live in harmony with their purpose. They are very fortunate to have as their resource in learning truth access to one of the finest teachers on your planet. Making your first objective the attainment of truth, strive for a clear and detailed understanding of man, his life, and his relationship to his fellow man, to the Creator, the world, and the universe in which he lives and has his being, and how he fits into the divine plan of creation. Make your goal the awareness of your oneness with the Creator, united in purity of purpose and as one with the great cosmic progression. Open your hearts to your fellow men from other worlds, and let the breath of peace and freedom, carried on the great spaceways of the cosmos, sweep through your souls. Hearken to the call of the new dawn of the cosmic age. Begin now to know thyself, that you may become a warrior of the dawn. Warrior of the dawn, disciple, divine channel of the new age, warrior of the teaching of truth. And there is more to this book. Kelvin Rowe wanted to explain the symbolism of the Great Seal of the U.S. and the Great American Eagle. So I will begin reading that. There is found in symbolism a universal language translatable by any individual of any race if he has a requisite knowledge of universal law. If one desires to know the realities of God and of man, he should learn to read the sign language of symbols, of both human and divine creation. Symbolism has been utilized throughout the ages for the purpose of concealing the secret ancient wisdom from the unworthy. Being the most fundamental language of hidden truths, symbolism was introduced into our national life. The destiny of America is indicated by symbols which are circulating in the hands of the American people throughout the device of money, displayed in the actions of everyday life. We unsuspectedly pass this legal tender from hand to hand without a second thought and without considering for an instant the truths embedded in the symbolism.